Hey guys, so we're talking about text structures this week. We're actually going to finish it up today and tomorrow. So let's kind of actually go back to the very beginning and talk about, let's kind of do a recap of the text structures. So what is text structures? Text structures are used in nonfiction writing. Text structures refer to how the author organizes the information he or she wishes to present. So guys, basically it is how the way the author organizes the information that they are writing. Why is it important? So guys, it's important for us to know the text structure because it's going to help us understand what we're reading and also the information that the author is trying to give us, okay? So it's basically so we are able to understand what we're reading and the information that's given to us. And so we have 5 different text structures. We have description, sequence, compare and contrast. Yesterday y'all talked about cause and effect, and today we're going to do the last one, problem and solution. So real quick, we're going to go over the other 4. So description provides details or characteristics about a topic. So you're asking yourself, is this describing something? Okay, so it has a topic and they're listing details about something. Okay, a lot of the time with information, it's going to be facts. We have sequence, and this tells the order in which events occur or steps in a process. So as you're reading, you're thinking, is this piece of writing telling me the order of events or steps in a process? Guys, this is like when you're reading a book and it's giving you dates, years and like days and dates, like 1920. So it could be about someone's life. Maybe it's the how the timeline of when something was invented. It could be a book that you're reading that's telling you how to make something. Okay, so this is going to be in order. Think of chronological order, so the order that something is happening. Compare and contrast. This is where it shows similarities and different between 2 or more things. So you're asking yourself, is this piece of writing telling me how things are alike or different? Think about the read aloud that we had last week, Alligators and Crocodiles. That is a very good example of a book that is showing compare and contrast. It was telling us how the characteristics of the alligator and crocodile are different, and then how they are the same in just the way that they live, their habitats, how they raise their young. And then yesterday we talked about cause and effect. So the cause and effect and the one we're going to do today, problem and solution, I feel like are the most challenging, the hardest ones to identify. So a cause and effect tells what happened and why it happened. So this is this piece of writing explaining why something happened. Okay. And so today we're talking about problem and solution text structure. So kind of think problem and solution. Think about when we read fiction books and how the story always has a problem and a solution. Now in informational text, not every passage we read has a problem and a solution. So this is a text structure that you may come by. So this provides the information that you'll be reading provides a problem and describe how it could be or is solved. So as you're reading, think about, is this piece of writing telling me how a problem can be solved? So, it's going to describe a problem to you. And sometimes, guys, it could talk about, a cause and why it's caused, like why the problem is caused. But just remember that, it's going to be a problem and a solution. And so it's going to state what the problem is, and then it's going to give you some ways it has been solved or some ways that it can be solved. So some signal words that we could find in a type of paragraph is because, since, therefore, problem, solution, due to, and solve. Now, guys, if you've noticed, some of these signal words are in many different types of text structures, okay? So that's where it gets kind of tricky, and you cannot always just rely on the signal words. You have to really read and understand the information. So warning, this structure can easily be mistaken for a cause and effect paragraph. In fact, Sometimes it begins with a description of the problem and its cause. The major difference is that the P and S paragraphs include possible solutions to the problem presented. Okay, so that's why it can be tricky, because it's going to tell you the problem and its cause, like what caused that problem. But just remember, it's not cause and effect because it's always going to state the solution. So now let's look at an example of what a cause and effect would, of what a problem and solution looks like. So I have this paragraph here, and we're going to read, this is the handout. It should say reading Tuesday, so problem solution. So I kind of like the graphic it has. It has like a question mark. So question, the problem. It's kind of like, how do we fix this problem? And then the solution, like, oh, I got an idea to fix the problem. Okay. And so let's look at the passage and see what is our problem and what is the solution. So many baseball players complain of elbow and shoulder pain. Damage to the UCL, a ligament near the elbow, is the most common baseball injury. It is caused by players throwing or pitching the ball too often. Once a ligament is injured, it can be difficult to repair. The best solution for this growing problem is to prevent the injury in the first place. You could always stretch and warm up before you play. Also, do not play baseball all year and don't pitch 2 days in a row. Third, if your arm or shoulder is hurting, you need to stop throwing the ball. Finally, if you are a young pitcher, begin by mastering the fastball and the changeup. More advanced pitches like the curveball and the knuckleball are recommended for older players. So let's look, either grab a highlighter if you have one or a pencil, and let's look at, let's look to see if we can find some signal words. So remember, our signal words are because, since, therefore, problem, solution, due to, solve. Okay, so I'm going to grab a highlighter, and I'm going to kind of go back through this and see if we can find any. Cause, let's see, is most commonly injured. I think caused. Nope, cause is not one. Solution. There's one. Problem. I think that's it. If you find more, let me know. Okay, so, caused. Nope, I don't think caused is one. I didn't mean to do that. So, see, I did that and I didn't mean to, because remember, it says it could be tricky. Okay, so let's think about, describe below what makes this a paragraph with a problem and solution structure. So, the first paragraph we are reading, and remember, you can stop at any time to copy this down, is the first paragraph describes a common problem among baseball pitchers, elbow injury. So that is the problem, is how baseball players get elbow injuries. Okay, and so in our second paragraph, it talks about the solution, because it says the best solution to this growing problem. So the second paragraph describes a solution by listing 4 things that pitchers should do to prevent the injury. Okay, so it's telling us the solutions. Remember, it could be one solution, or there could be many different solutions to our problem. Okay, so what we need to know is when we read a text structure that is stating a problem and then it tells us the solution to that problem, that is a problem and solution text structure. So your job today is to read this passage on this side, and then we're going to do exactly like we did right now. You're going to look at the beginning to see the signal words. You're going to highlight or circle them, and then you're going to describe below what makes the paragraph a problem and solution structure, just like we did on this side. All right, guys, don't forget to submit it in.